Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. Let's do what they said. I'm Annie Kroll, and time is winding down to the high school football playoffs. We are already in week 8, and the competition is only getting tougher, Corey.
It sure is, Annie. I'm Corey Miller, and from Belleville to St. Charles to the city, we're all over town bringing you the best highlights, so let's get into them.
Let's do it.
First up, one of the most anticipated games of the season, 7-0 SLU hosting 7-0 CBC. The Cadets are a wagon, folks. First quarter, Vic Williams juking his way through the Junior Bills defense. He comes up just short of the goal line. CBC settled for a field goal. Second quarter now, Cadets driving, and Nick McClellan is one of the most elusive players in the area. Hits a stiff arm, goes up the sideline. That's a big gain for CBC. SLU defense stood strong for a while. They get a big sack on McClellan right there, but CBC is inevitable. McClellan evading pressure, still evading, going out to his right. Gonna find Corday Gage, who makes a few cuts as SLU defenders falling all over the place and celebrates right into my camera. Cadets prove their power tonight. They win the battle of the unbeaten 37-0 over SLU.
Well, I got to head over as Breeze Central was trying their luck at Columbia tonight, and the Cougars were almost unstoppable. Cameron Biggs gets the big run, slips through a few defenders, and makes his way into the end zone. That's going to be good for 6. Breeze Central goes up 21-0 in the second quarter. Then Columbia QB Ryder Corbin tries to connect up the middle, but finds Cougars Cole Davis underneath. That's going to be no good. Interception Breeze. They won't waste it. Owen Kerr to Nate Berman puts Breeze within 20 yards right up the sideline. And then it's going to be, oh, don't worry, it's Davis again. Gets the ball, ends up bouncing off one defender, finishes this entire drive off. Touchdown Cougars. That helps push Breeze Central to a 41-6 victory.
Pink out game at Kirkwood. 5-1 Pioneers hosting 6-1 Ladue. And the home cooking was good tonight for Kirkwood. Darian Brown going to start the scoring. Gonna just reach out for the Pioneer touchdown. 7-0 Kirkwood. How about some defense? Randall Richardson's gonna start this sack for Kirkwood. And then Jacob Eberhardt's gonna come in and finish it off. You hear his name an awful lot. And guess what? You're gonna hear it again. Eberhardt's going up to be a safety in Champaign at the University of Illinois, but he can do it on offense too. Cooper Owens airs it out. There's Eberhardt. That's a big gain. Kirkwood rolling early. Later in the drive, Owens gonna find Jameer Sloan in the end zone. It's gonna hit his man right on the money. That's another Kirkwood touchdown as they go on to get a nice win over Ladue, 49-10.
Over to Mascoutah as they hosted the Highland Bulldogs in a good game. Great defense from Mascoutah to start. Look at Casey Cameron absolutely manhandle his way to the quarterback. Oh, baby. Sack right there. Then later on, the Indians block a Highland kick and jump on the ball. How you doing? That ends up leading to perhaps the play of the night. Jackson Hilgendorf airs it out to Ben Poddick, who drags the defender towards the end zone. Eventually, it gets fumbled. But it's all good because Deontay Beverly is there to pounce it on for the touchdown. That is, one way to get the touchdown. Highland had some offense as well. It's going to be a nice run down the sideline from Boston Gelly. That would set up a touchdown quite nicely, and Highland would go on to win a close one, 13-10 over Mascoutah.
Over to Francis Howell as the Vikings hosted their rivals from Francis Howell Central. Spartans with the ball first. Ashton Payton gonna find some room down the sideline. He goes 50 yards. He's down at the 3. And set up a 1-yard TD for Central, 7-0. Next is the Vikings. Jalen Ballard, he can break off some big runs. Going to get through the defense here. Take a big hit, but he's also down to the 3-yard line. That was a big hit. He would score a few plays later, 7-7. On their next possession, Howell's going to go down to the goal line again, and it's Ballard with a lot of help from his offensive line. They push him into the end zone. Makes it a 14-7 game in the first, and Francis Howell defends home turf with a 42-17 win over Howell Central.
Orchard Farm hosting Warrenton tonight. Orchard Farm leading 22-7. Colin Sinclair is going to end up rolling out, finds number 4 in the end zone for the touchdown. That's going to be good for 6. Then Eagles take a 30-7 lead in the first quarter. Warrenton now on the goal line. Oh yeah, Zach Logan is going to keep this one and walk into the end zone. No one touches him. That makes it 30-14. Next up for the Eagles, it's Sinclair going to keep this one and gets through all of the defense, runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. That's another pretty one. It's 36-14, Orchard Farm. Warrenton not going away, though, in the third quarter. They run it in 6 yards for the touchdown to make it 36-21. Celebration ensues. Orchard Farm goes on to win this one and stay undefeated with a 49-27 victory.
Great matchup on Thursday night. We got a spotlight. Cardinal Ritter hosting DeSmet in a St. Louis powerhouse showdown. Offense was not a problem in this game. Manny Ellis had 5 touchdowns, for Cardinal Ritter in this game. Here's one of them in the first quarter. That's a long way to go for a score. The Lions would also score in the first half on this long catch and run by receiver Andre Main Jr. as Ritter raced out to an early lead. DeSmet scored more than their fair share in this one, though. Cam Sharp have a nice run through traffic as he weaves his way for a touchdown. However, it's Cardinal Ritter with a big-time win at home, 66-47 over DeSmet last night.
Tackle Hunger 4, sponsored by Neighbors Credit Union, your neighbor for life.
Believe it or not, this is already our second to last week for Tackle Hunger to benefit Operation Food Search. And this week, the Battle of Belleville took center stage. Belleville East and Belleville West are separated by just 6 miles. They are fierce rivals on the athletic courts and fields, but they share a community. And this week, the Lancers and Maroons teamed up to help tackle hunger.
It is important for students to be involved because it builds character, and I feel younger underclassmen need someone to look up to.
As a part of our student council, we focus on getting into the community and helping out others, just not inside the school. So I think this is a good part, and it goes with our morals.
I think I had those Tackle Hunger shirts. Here's the final tally for week 8, and the margin was razor thin. Belleville West edged out their rivals from East by a total of just 174 pounds. Together, this donation will help feed over 900 people for a day. Thank you to everyone who contributed. Let's talk about the football, though. The Belleville battle didn't disappoint on the field either. Belleville East quarterback Caden Wood looks right and finds Kingston Jones, almost gets the ball slapped away by West, but holds onto it for the first down and then some. Wood is going to come up again. This time it's going to be to CJ Willis. Count it. That is good for an East touchdown. Lancers. Then Wood's arm got tired, throwing it to this time to John Cotton. Look at this. Another touchdown. Wood can't be stopped. Tough loss of yards, though, coming up a little bit later on in the game, this time for Belleville West as Caden Capel gets sacked not long after. Feisty East all over the junior. That would help Belleville East win tonight 27-14.